I want to talk about, refocusing your nutrition, but what nutrition should actually be about. So I want to talk nutrition being about health and less fucking political. I really want to talk about nutrition. Nutrition. Okay? Like, what does nutrition fucking mean? It means getting our goddamn nutrients. Getting our goddamn nutrients in. When did nutrition become like this political, social fucking debate? And why is it not about the person's health? Why is it not about the individual's fucking health? When did that occur? When did that really shift? You know, I've been doing this podcast for 1,236 episodes, 1,237 if you include today. And every single day and every single question that I answer, when we do the Q&A-ness on my Instagram channel, everywhere, in Swolenormous X, it's all about getting the individual healthy. It's about getting the individual the assistance that they need and the best approach and the best tactics to make positive changes in their life. The individual. And what does an individual mean? It means me. How do I get healthier for me? Okay, everyone that's watching, how do you get healthier for you? That's what's fucking important. You getting healthier for you. It's not about following some fucking movement. It's not about doing it for the environment. It's about doing it for you. Okay? Doing it for you. And of course, because you're doing it for you, if you want to do it, if you want to be a vegan for the environment, then be a vegan. Like, it's your life, but you're doing it for you. And a lot of people will. You'll do keto, but do it for you. If you want to go paleo for you. If you want to go carnivore, do it for your health. Do it for your health. Don't do it for this fucking altruistic. Everyone likes this big, global, intergalactic mindset. We always have. We always have where it comes to religion. When it comes to everything, we always like to act like we're doing something with grandeur, like we're doing something much bigger, and we have much more of an impact than we actually do. Society, humans have always fucking gone down that road. Always. People always think that they're going to fucking promote X, Y, and Z, and it's going to make this ridiculous, absurd shift and this whole big cause. It's like, what about your health? And we live in a society where we have everyone is just going, we're just sliding down. We're just sliding down this muddy avalanche. We're not stopping. We're going faster and faster. And I want you to think about this. This is why I promote the elimination diet. We talked about it yesterday in the podcast. We talk about the elimination diet a lot, but why am I so bullish on the elimination diet? Why do I always talk about it? Why is that the fundamental, foundational, first line of defense? Like inside Swolenormous X, when you join Swolenormous X, you get led right into the library where you see all your content, you understand the flow, you get access to the private Facebook group, and then when you start, you go into the kitchen and it walks you through step by step through the process of determining which foods are best for your body. Best for your body. Best for your body. What's best for your body? That's what the elimination diet is. It's figuring out what's best for your body, not what's best for some jabroni on YouTube that, hey, I did this and I lost 20 pounds. You should do it too. Get abs, blah, blah, blah. No, not what they did. What is best for you. And you have to put some effort in. You literally have to put some effort in. People think that they're just going to be, oh, this is how you eat. This is a diet. Okay, cool. I'll do that and lose weight. Well, you might not. It might not be right for you. Just cutting calories doesn't automatically guarantee you're going to lose weight or lose fat. You still need to burn and utilize more than what you're consuming. And if you consume less, your body is going to adapt to consuming less and start expending less energy. So you have to be aware of that. Like, you have to be very detailed and diligent to figure out what works best for your body, what foods you react best to, what gives you the most energy, what makes you feel good. Do you like to lift? Like the little things, even when it's not just nutrition. Do you like to lift first thing in the morning? Okay. Do you like to lift in the evening? Okay. Like if you say, I want to lift in the evening, I would look at you and say, okay, is there a question there? Is it better to work out in the morning? No, it doesn't fucking matter as long as you're going to the gym. I've made great gains and had great workouts at night. I've had great workouts first thing in the morning. If you prefer going first thing in the morning, then you should as much as you can because you're going to stick to it. You're going to get more results because you're going to want to go first thing. You're going to have better workouts. You're going to push harder. And shockingly enough, you're going to be telling everyone working on the best is best first thing in the morning because you like it. Doesn't mean it's best. Doesn't mean it's best. If someone wants to work out in the evening because they work at 4 a.m. and they get off at 5, then they're going to go to the gym at 6:30 or 7 o'clock and then go to sleep after. That's when they're going to go to the gym. That's when they're going to make their gains because that's where they have to. So you have to start learning to customize. And of course, there are certain principles because we're human beings. There are certain principles that are going to apply to most people, to the majority, or at least they're great starting points. You know, if you look at the overall population, we take the average. Most people have 2 arms and 2 legs. Most people have 2 eyes. Most people have 1 nose, a mouth, and a shitty butthole. That's what most people have. So what should most people do with those things? Well, most people should squat. Most people should walk. Most people should eat food. Most people should sleep. Like, this is how human beings work. And when you think about how human beings are just designed to survive, we're designed to live and survive. This is why a lot of these different nutritional approaches work, because your body is designed through evolution to live to see the next day. So if you're not giving it animal products and you're a vegan, your body is going to find some way to survive. It's going to find some way to make the amino acids, to make the vitamins, to do whatever it can. And if it can't, over the course of time, you could get sick. So you have to supplement or you have to do things a certain way. Same thing with carnivore. Your body is going to do the best it can with what you have. But of course, you could do carnivore wrong. You could not eat organ meats. You can be missing X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. You could do paleo wrong, quote unquote, if you're not getting enough calories, not getting enough nutrients. You know, if it's wrong for you, if you're eating fish and you're allergic to fish, obviously that's not good for you. If you're not exercising or you're doing too many jumping jacks, like there are all these different variables in someone's life. The most important thing is that you are consistent with your approach and you're consistently reassessing and reevaluating your approach. You're consistently reevaluating your approach. I'm going to say that a couple more times because I want that to be fucking loud and clear. When you choose something or you are engaging with your fitness and your life in a certain way, that might work for 6 months. That might work for 6 years, but it might not be right for you in 6 years. You're a different person. I mean, I'm a fucking completely different person than I was 3 or 4 years ago. So I need to adjust how I handle my shit. I need to adjust what I do for myself because I am different now than I was 3 or 4 years ago. 10 years ago, fitness. And when I say fitness, 10 years ago, my training, like what I did for myself, was the number one only thing I fucking thought or cared about. Going to the gym, lifting, doing stuff for me. Now I have other responsibilities that I'm extremely passionate about, namely the business, the podcast, the stuff I create. So I do have less time that I am allotting for my own personal training. Not like I'm eating bad, not like I'm not exercising, but it's not all I'm thinking about. It's just a portion of my entire day. I need to make sure I get these other responsibilities. I'm taking responsibility to do X, Y, and Z so I could also do A, B, and C. And you have to adjust. So, you know, when you're eating a certain way now, it might not be ideal in 3 years. So you can't get dogmatic and just, okay, stick to it because you did it for 3 years. You can't get romantic about what you did for 3 years that worked. And for most people, what got you to this point is not going to get you to the next level. What I've done to this point in the last 3 or 4 years is not going to get me to where I will go in 5 or 6 years, right? I need to shift gears. I need to adapt. I need to readjust. I need to reassess, reformulate, and then keep moving forward because life isn't stopping for me or anyone else. And it's important to remember why you're doing it. It's important to remember why you're eating healthy. It's important to remember what eating healthy means. And it's important to also remember what you're doing it for. Like, what's the purpose of you training? What's the purpose of you making these food choices? What's the purpose of you making these decisions? The purpose is to be healthier. The purpose is to feel better. The purpose is to, you know, to perform better and X, Y, and Z. It's not to fucking save, you know, some farm on the fucking other side of the world. Look, I know if you need to make a movement, you have to start with one person to say like, oh, well, if I do something, it's not going to make a difference. I understand when it comes to the politics of veganism and global capitalism and all this fucking shit. Yeah, okay, you're going to need millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people. Yeah, and it does take individuals getting together. But really, like, what are you doing it for? Are you virtue signaling? Are you just trying to show people that you're such a good person? Are you trying to make yourself feel better because you have no purpose and no real direction in your life? So you're just kind of grasping on to whatever something stimulates you. You saw a documentary and now you're just fucking hardcore into that. Like, are you pursuing it for you? Are you pursuing it because you don't know who you are? Are you pursuing it for you or because you don't know and you're trying to create a you? And this is why you get such aggressive back and forth, because people attach their identity with an idea. They attach their identity to an idea. They do it to a sport. They do it to an approach. They do it to an ideology all the fucking time. And it's very religious. It's very political based. You see this everywhere. Everyone's always attaching themselves to something and they can't let it go because that's who they are. And they might not say it consciously in so many words, but that's the truth. That's why people get so defensive and so fucking aggressive and can't have a proper dialogue, because that's their identity. That's who they are. That's who they fucking are. And every time I talk about carnivore or veganism, not really carnivore because people just do their own fucking thing, but vegans are always gonna be like, well, not all vegans. Of course, not all vegans. Not all black people steal. Not all white people are fucking, white collar criminals and swindle people out of money. Not all Chinese people are fucking short, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, not everyone. Okay, you can play the vernacular with every fucking thing. You can play that name game and stuff with everything. Okay, everything's a blanket statement if you bring it down to an individual level. So enough of any kind of that bullshit in the fucking comments. Enough of all that shit. Yeah, but not everyone. No fucking shit. No kidding. Really? Stereotypes exist because a lot of it's true, but it doesn't mean it's for everyone. Okay? But when it comes to nutrition, people really don't look for their own health. They're looking to go with a pack. They're looking to go with the tide. They're looking to go with whatever's trending, whatever their celebrity is doing, whatever their friends are doing, whatever they see the shift in society. People just go. When we demonized fat in the 60s and 70s, everyone, oh, fat's evil. And then all of a sudden it comes back and it's like, oh, fat's good. And now it's like, oh, animal protein's bad. You see where this is going? It's just like boom, boom, boom. People just go back and forth like a fucking pendulum. They just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Wherever everyone's going, most people go. Have you noticed? I mean, this is literally how it works. Wherever the majority goes, that's where people go. Obviously, the majority of people, it's society. Whenever there's a big shift, it's like, oh, let's go this way. Let's go this direction. Human beings do that to protect themselves. That's a protective mechanism. To go with the tide rather than to think for yourself. To go with the tide rather than to forge your own path. To go with the tide rather than maintain your own beliefs for your own purposes. People just go with the pack because it's safer. You're not going to be an outcast if you agree with people. I mean, being agreeable, that's important only if it's proper. And I'm not going to sit here, and the reason why I don't promote certain ideologies because no one fucking knows. You have to look for yourself. If you're happy with what you do, the reason why I don't debate issues, the reason why I don't fucking care if you want to be a vegan, if you want to be a carnivore, it's because I don't need to care. I don't need to give a fuck. You don't need to care what my opinion is on that. You don't have to care. You don't have to care. So it's irrelevant. If you're secure with your belief, then you don't want to debate someone. You don't want to change someone's mind. You understand what you believe in. You understand because it's you, it's what you feel, it's what you believe, that's you, and you're doing it for the right reason, for your reason, then you don't care what other people's opinions are because you're living your truth. Anyone that's arguing, debating, they're not sure themselves. They're trying to convince themselves. They're trying to make a public spectacle in order to generate this kind of social support so they can reconfirm their own beliefs. They're not confident in their own beliefs. Thanks for watching, fam. Make sure to subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast on YouTube so you can catch the live streams every single day.